The countdown to training camp is on, but so are the trade rumors. And this one, it's massive. Terry McLaurin, the face of the Washington Commanders offense for the last half-decade, is being linked to a blockbuster deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. Hit that like button, subscribe to Commanders HQ, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Should Washington even consider moving McLaurin? Let's break it all down. Training camp kicks off July 18 for rookies and July 22 for veterans, but don't be surprised if number 17 isn't there right away. Terry McLaurin held out of mandatory minicamp. The reason? Contract talks with the Commanders have hit a serious wall. Despite 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons, including a career-high 13 touchdowns in 2024, McLaurin still doesn't have the long-term deal he's earned. Sources indicate there's a significant gap between what McLaurin wants and what Adam Peters is willing to offer. And with trade buzz heating up, the situation is officially on red alert. According to Sports Illustrated's Mike Kadlick, the Las Vegas Raiders have emerged as a legitimate trade partner for McLaurin. Here's the breakdown. The Raiders signed Geno Smith to a 2-year deal. They have tight end Brock Bowers and wideout Jacoby Myers. Beyond that, not much. Kadlick argues that McLaurin would instantly become the number 1 target in Vegas, creating a dangerous trio alongside Bowers and Myers. Vegas's pass-catching core is lacking, Kadlick wrote. McLaurin would give Geno Smith a legit WR1 and help a 73-year-old head coach win now. And here's the kicker. The Raiders have plenty of cap space to give McLaurin the contract Washington won't. If, and that's still a big if, Adam Peters even considers trading McLaurin, it won't be cheap. A potential Raiders deal could include a 2025 second-round pick, a conditional 2026 pick based on McLaurin's performance, and a young depth player or cornerback. Remember, Peters isn't in the business of losing trades, but if he truly believes Deebo Samuel, Luke McCaffrey, and Jamison Crowder can carry the load, he might be tempted. Still, removing McLaurin, a team captain and locker room leader, days before camp, that would send shockwaves through Ashburn. Here's the real question. What would trading McLaurin mean for Jaden Daniels? Daniels is entering year 2 with sky-high expectations after one of the best rookie seasons in NFL history. 3,568 passing yards, 25 TDs, 9 interceptions, 891 rushing yards, and 6 rushing touchdowns. 2 playoff wins and a trip to the NFC Championship game. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler ranked Daniels as the number 5 QB in the NFL, quoting an opposing coordinator. He carried a broken roster to the NFC title game. If he does anything close to that again, he's top 3. And now, you want to take away his most reliable weapon? Daniels and McLaurin built undeniable chemistry in 2024. Removing that now would not only stunt the offense, but risk throwing a young quarterback off balance just as he's finding his groove. Let's be clear, Terry McLaurin isn't asking to reset the wide receiver market. He's not looking for $40 million per year. What he's seeking is simple: fair compensation and long-term security. Bleacher Report's Gary Davenport projects a deal worth 4 years, $124 million, with $83.5 million guaranteed. McLaurin turns 30 in September, has played through multiple QB changes, and continues to produce elite numbers. He's earned this. If the Commanders truly value what he brings on and off the field, now's the time to prove it. The clock is ticking. With training camp days away, McLaurin's absence would be a major distraction for a team with Super Bowl aspirations. The front office has 2 options. 1, get a deal done now. Give Jaden Daniels the stability he needs and end the speculation. 2, listen to trade offers and risk fracturing a locker room that believes it's ready to win big in 2025. Vegas may be calling, but so are McLaurin's teammates, and they want him back. As training camp looms, all eyes are Jaden Daniels, but behind the hype, behind the superstar buzz, sits another man quietly shouldering a different kind of pressure: Brian Robinson Jr. Heading into his 4th NFL season, Robinson isn't just fighting for carries, he's fighting for his future in Washington. While Daniels could afford a sophomore slump and still have his franchise QB tag intact, Robinson is in a much fragile spot. Why? Because 2025 is a contract year, because in 3 seasons he hasn't hit the 800-yard mark once, and because with the new GM and coaching staff building a long-term contender around Daniels, every player is being evaluated not just for now, but for tomorrow. Let's keep it real. Brian Robinson hasn't been bad. He's tough, he runs with power, he's a grinder. But in a league that now prizes versatility, home run speed, and 3-down utility, that profile only gets you so far, especially in a Cliff Kingsbury offense. The numbers back it up. Robinson's longest run last season was just 19 yards. No breakaway threat, no explosive plays that tilt a game script, and when you factor in that he averaged fewer than 1.5 yards before first contact in 6 of his last 9 games, according to ESPN's John Keim, it's clear he's not getting help, but he's also not creating on his own. Still, the Commanders haven't replaced him, at least not yet. Austin Eckler was brought in as a pass-catching specialist, Chris Rodriguez Jr. is raw, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt is intriguing but unproven. The job is still Robinson's, for now. Robinson knows exactly what's at stake. Speaking to Commander's Wire, he said the key for 2025 isn't touchdowns or yards, it's availability. The biggest thing for me is just being available. When I'm healthy and I'm well, being out there on the field, I can continue to produce. And that's been a sticking point. He's battled through injuries and inconsistent blocking, but with a new look offensive line anchored by Laramie Tunsil, Tyler Biadasz, and Brandon Coleman, there are no more excuses. Holes will be there. The question is, can Robinson hit them? What fans may overlook is just how central Brian Robinson is to making this offense scary. When he's a threat on the read option, defenses hesitate. When he pounds for 6 yards on first down, Jaden Daniels gets second and manageable, and that opens up the playbook. When he's not a factor, defenses tee off on Daniels. The RPOs shrink, the zone reads become one-dimensional. Cliff Kingsbury knows it. So does Dan Quinn. We need him to be that physical presence, Kingsbury said recently. When he's rolling, our offense is different. And you can see why. Jaden Daniels thrives in chaos, but you can't build a season on your QB constantly saving broken plays with his legs. You need balance. And in Washington, balance begins with B-Rob. Head coach Dan Quinn has praised Robinson's focus and hunger, but he also dropped a little insight that feels particularly important. Sometimes it's the carrot, he said. Sometimes it's the contract year that pushes a guy to that next level. Robinson is aware that 2025 could define the rest of his NFL career. If he thrives, he could earn a second contract, in DC or elsewhere. If not, he becomes another rotational back looking for a home. This is where the new culture matters. Robinson isn't isolated. He's surrounded by hungry young teammates. Jaden Daniels, Ben Sinnott, Mike Symastral, all of them are wired to compete and push each other. And let's not forget, B-Rob's got help this time. Eckler's presence means fewer third and long blitz pickups. That means fresher legs, more early down looks, and more chances to prove he's not just another back. Commanders fans, we're turning it over to you. Should Adam Peters pay McLaurin what he's worth? Would you consider trading him to the Raiders if the deal is right? Or is this too big of a gamble with a young QB heading into year 2? Let us know in the comments. Smash that like if you want McLaurin to stay in DC, and hit subscribe to stay locked in with daily updates on this situation. This is Commanders HQ, where we ride with the burgundy and gold, through every rumor, every trade buzz, and every touchdown. Let's go.